My most memorable musical experience happened about a month ago when my mom and dad and I went to support my little brother as he performed his final show with the Pit Orchestra for a musical that my high school picked out earlier in the year. They had an amazing performance. Basically, it was a Saturday night around 7 p.m., and we had driven down to the high school and walked inside the PAC, also known as our Performing Arts Center. And it's this massive auditorium that fits hundreds of people. And luckily for us, we got some really great seats right in the center. Um, and I remember it paid off during the show because the music would come out of the cage underneath the stage and bounce against the walls and end up landing right on us. We got this really great surround sound feel. But other than that, they had some other great stuff about it too. They had an amazing set that was somewhat minimal, but just right for the play. They also had an amazing light set, and the cast and crew were all so professional about the show that they were giving. Speaking of the show, that was my um, main thing that I really loved about the show. It was the story, the moral of the story, and the journey that the main character takes. It was mainly about a young man who's trying to find his place in the world, and seeing it played by a senior in high school really really helped me connect with what they were trying to say. For me, especially as a college student, I am always thinking about the problem of whether or not I'm in the right place in the world, whether I'm living my life to its fullest and I'm making the most out of it, you know? It's incredibly daunting after years and years of thinking about it. And seeing that high school senior act out a part that, I don't expect him to really understand until he gets to like my age, I guess, really made me think about where I or how I grew up and stuff like that. And that's what I like about musicals. That's what I like about going to these kind of things. It's an experience that I really grab onto and I allow it to change the way I look at life, understanding the problems that make us into better people and the experiences that we can learn from and that we can hopefully avoid as we get older. But, you know, sometimes it's not possible, but it's worth seeing it from an audience perspective, you know? Anyway, that was my most memorable experience and I wouldn't trade that night for anything.